Grade 4, Mid-Module 6, Test Review. And here we'll start with number 1. Number 1, write the following fractions as equivalent decimals, then model each decimal with the given representation. So, the representation they've given me is this tens chart. So I have 5/10, and that would be the decimal that's created would be 0.5. And then I have to color in or shade in 5/10 on my chart here. So there's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10. Now when I look at B, this one's different because it's 5/100. So I still have a 0 in the ones column. Now I have a 0 in the tenths column, and I have a 5 in the hundredths column. And when I go to represent this on my model, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hundredths. 5 of the tiny boxes in there. When we go to C, now we have 3/10, but instead of asking me to shade or color in, like 3 of these, I need to show it on a tape diagram. So I have to create this into sections of 10. So I like to go in half, and then I need fifths in each side. To do fifths, I like to make a small space, and then I do fourths for the rest. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do the same on the other side. I make a small one, and then with my leftover chunk, I divide it in half, and those in half to give me fourths, which gives me fifths on that side, which should be 10 altogether. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. And 3/10 is 0 in the ones column, and then a 3 in the tenths column. And let's go ahead and shade in here 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, and that's our 3/10 in the model. Then on D asks us to show 52 hundredths. 52 hundredths would be the same as 5/10 and 2 hundredths. So when I write that, that's going to be 0 in the ones column. I put my decimal, a 5 in the tenths column, and then a 2 in the hundredths column. And then I can go ahead and shade in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1, 2, 52 hundredths, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/10 and 2 hundredths. Let's go ahead and do E, F, G, and H on this one. So then we look at E. E gives us 5 ones and 4 tenths. So we need to first put it in decimal form. So that's going to be 5 in the ones column, and then 4 in the tenths column. Make sure we can see those decimals. But now I need to show it on my number line. Well, my number line goes from 5 ones to 6 ones. So everything in between is going to be tenths. So this is 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, etc. 5.5, 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, 5.9, and then 10 would be 6 whole, right? And then I have to bunny hop from 5, and I go 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, and then we make sure that we have a nice dot there to show that that's where we got to, at 5.4. Then on F, same idea, but this time we're going to deal with hundredths. So I have 2 in the ones column. 57 would be 0.57 because it's over the hundredths, and the 7 would be ending in the hundredths column. Then to put it on our tape diagram here, I can't write small enough for it to work unless I write sideways. So we've got 10.5 and we're only going to 10.6. So these lines, the marks must be hundredths. So this is 2.51, 2.52, 2.53, 2.54, 2.55, 2.56, 2.57, which is where we want our mark, right? 2.58 and 2.59. Try that again. 2.59. Yeah, and that gets us to 2.6. And so you went 2.5, you could bunny hop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hundredths, and that gets us to the 2.57 mark. On G, our decimal would be 2 point, and then the first column is tenths, so 2.6. And we would get 1, 2 in our ones column, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in our tenths column. Now let's do the same for 4. 4 in the ones column, and then 0.25 would be our 25 hundredths. So that's going to look like this. Our ones column will have 1, 2, 3, 4. Our tenths column would have 2. Our hundredths column will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's number 1.